It's time to come up. It's time to come up. Yeah. It's to come up. I gotta do my thing now. Now. Yeah. Just play a step.
Alright, so we live now. Radio.
Let's get. This is the real BH. You gon' have to sweat some work. Under pressure, I stress none. Then I aim for the best one. Bing, gorilla. Got your head poppin', but I buzz more. Go. Out here working too hard, my brother. We been out here waiting too long, my brother. Don't worry, G and me got you covered, my brother. It's time to come up. It's time to come up. We been out here working too hard, my brother. We been out here waiting too long, my brother. Don't worry, G and me got you covered, my brother. It's time to come up. It's time to come up. Yeah.
But you can still share it. Yo. We are back with another exclusive. There's my man right there. We got your forehead.
What's the deal? Mr. Abel checking in.
All right. So we live on the Big Mo Show. But I'm going to do my introduction because we had a fantastic night. And, man, we get ready to get it in. So you can share a couple of them until I do my introduction.
Oh, I got you.
And it goes a little something like this. I'll get the liver in your quiver. I'll get the dash up in your motherfucking ass. I'll keep it real with the sex appeal. You're tuning in now with my guest,
Mr. Abel.
On the Big Mo Show, baby. So listen here. We're going to dive right into it because last night was a fantastic show.
Yeah, man.
And first of all, tell everybody where you from. You know what I'm saying? Where you from?
Representing Pittsburgh, PA, man. Wilkinsburg to be exact. So drove down to hang with Big Mo, you know, do the show and vibe out. So salute.
Yeah. And people want to know, shit. You gonna have to show me to keep me with the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know, how did you got started into rap? How you knew that this was your calling?
Man, early on, I was more of the support. My mom's younger brother moved in with us when I was probably like 5 or 6. He would do the freestyle and I would make the beat, so I was in support of him. But then he's like, "You my nephew, I'm pretty sure you know how to rap too. I need to hear you rap." So I would jump in the ciphers here and there. But I was more on the business side of things, so I wanted to create a business for us to be able to really put the music out and help him, stay out of trouble, get something positive going. In between him, spitting early and getting his freedom, in his adulthood, I had to maintain the craft, maintain the product, if you will. So put a song out. First song I ever recorded was called Hot to Fire, produced by JPad the Juggernaut, featuring the homeboy Kilo G. They heard that song, like, "You gonna perform that again? You making more songs? What's going on with that?" So from the very first song and the fan response, that's what told me I could roll with this music thing for a minute.
All right. And all right, so let me see how I can touch on that, because you pretty much basically covered everything. So he was in prison.
Yeah, yep. My uncle, history, it is what it is. Traumatic, childhood type deal. So he ran away and came to live with me and my mom, but he still had to work through those type of things. So in and out of juvenile challenges, in and out of jail. Yep. So once I got the deposit, if you will, like, this will help him stay out of something. This will keep y'all together because he's like my older brother. But this will get him outside. This will make him available to you if he got something that he already does and he already shows a passion for. So, yep, in and out of jail a little bit. Then I put this together, and he's been out of jail consistently for I want to say maybe 7 years now, 8 years, something of that nature. So.
Oh yeah, that's cool. And then everybody has different style of artistry.
Yes, sir.
What would you consider your style?
I call it motivational. I'm gonna tell you where I came from, where I'm at, and how I got there. Not really in the heavy gun shooting bars and drug selling bars, but there was a life lived. So I want to tell y'all how I got here. Keep it authentic, keep it honest. So you know what I mean, motivational, get you from point A to point B. Make sure you got something to vibe to.
So what is the motivational? You say you're gonna tell us how you got here. What is that motivational? Sounds like. Can you speak on it?
Yeah, it's I'm also a mental health therapist in my daytime. So I put that into the music. I put spiritual things in there. I'm not overly religious, and I don't want to put that on people's brain either. Feel like I'm judging them, but that's part of how I guide myself. I pray, I meditate, I make sure I'm together. So when I put the music out, it gets to where it needs to go. I make sure there are positive financial inputs. Not judging anybody else's situation, but there aren't drug monies involved. There aren't things of that nature. So as we're selling merchandise, we're doing fundraisers, things like that. When it first jumped off, we were doing car washes and hoagie sales and things like that to meet with the people, but to still generate that money. So letting folks know you can still be an artist. You can still be in the scene. You can still make music without having the possible negative outcomes of the street life.
Oh, that's straight because I don't know. Most people seem like they into hearing that, but you're right. It's not that many people that do music, for the culture of hip hop. Most people they follow the leader.
Yes, sir.
So since the gunplay and all that has been involved, that's what everybody they following that trend.
Mm-hmm.
They follow now the shaking the ass and showing the titties. They following that trend, the coochie and all that. That's why you hear every girl that raps. That's why I was shocked at the artist last night.
Yeah, it was spitting.
Yeah, because most of the time when you hear women now, all you're gonna hear them talking about is they good pussy, how they can fuck a nigga up.
How they gonna get some money from it?
Yeah, and then the dudes, all they rapping about is what they call it, my ops, my goons. I don't even know what the fuck a ops is.
Yeah,
do you know what ops is?
Opposition. Yeah. I don't have those. Not like I'm some type of angel or I don't have problems in life, but I don't beef with people, and if I do, it's not to that extent.
So ops is somebody you beefing with.
Yeah, like ops, opponents, things like that. Yeah.
I thought ops mean the way they would say. I thought ops mean that was their crew.
No, man. I'm silly. Ops is opportunities to me. I don't know.
Right.
You can get some of these opportunities.
So they talk about the ops. They talking about what kind of guns they got, and now they following the trend because at first, remember, they wasn't shooting people. It was everybody was clowning them, talking about all this gangster shit, but you ain't shot nobody. Now these motherfuckers is actually shooting people.
Yeah, that's how they getting their credits. Street credits, rap credits. Sometimes they got to be more realistic. You know what I mean? Because there was a time where there were studio gangsters, so I guess they proven they ain't really studio gangsters. So that's another, like I said, the motivation. I don't try to change those artists. I don't try to change your life if that's the life you live in. I want to help you reach another market. So if you got that market on Smash, make a jam or two to where I could put you outside at a community show, or I could put you, somewhere else so you could really get the money and get the exposure from your music.
Yeah, and you put on your own shows too, right?
I do.
And what type of shows you put on?
We do curated shows, so all independent
What is curated?
artists. Curated is selected.
No, I ain't educated.
I guess selecting the artists. Maybe we do. It's called the Move the Crowd concert series. The one we're doing now is every Tuesday, but curated as we pick the artists and we help them select the songs that's going to make the show itself a quality show, as opposed to an individual shining. We want the whole event to shine. So I may audition today, and I may not perform until May or June based on the other artists, so we can make sure the whole show is quality with sound. You know what I mean? So like we were saying on the way in, some sounds may clash within the artist's performance, and some sounds may clash between the artists. So we make sure it's a smooth put together.
So do y'all do music? So like when you pick the artist, are you picking clean artists, or like if somebody comes with the gangster stuff but it's good, are you taking them also, or
Yes.
you just
Yep.
taking the clean music?
No, we're taking everybody, and in that curation, if that's your style, we're gonna say what I just said. All right, you got one of those, maybe two of those, because we typically allow our artists to do 3 or 4 songs depending on where they fall in the lineup. So, all right, you got one or two of these jams. We need another one. We need you to round out, your sound, so that we can put you in front of these other people, because your folks may come through and bang with these 2 songs, but we have a whole nother set of people that might appreciate that third song or appreciate just a little bit more diversity, and then they'll connect with you, follow you, buy your merch, and go from there.
Yeah. And by looking at you and the way you talk, you must got a good job, and that's probably one reason why you rap the way you rap. Is this true or false?
Yes, I would say I have a good job. Like I said, I'm a mental health therapist. I own my own therapy practice, and I also do reentry work for 18 to 39-year-old gentlemen high risk. So helping them get back into the community. Me and my colleague provide the therapy there, and then the rest of our team gives them job skills and life skills and things like that. So
Mm. Wow, that's deep. Cause we do here in Montgomery County that you met one of the ladies,
yes,
Wendy, yesterday.
yes,
We do hip hop for the homeless.
yeah. I remember you said that.
Yeah, but I gotta change the name. But yeah, and damn, that would have been good for you to partake in that. But I know you so far away. But man,
Just send me the date and time, man.
right now it's gonna be September 27th.
I feel like I
But
can do that. That's far enough
yeah,
in the future.
I'm put you on the phone with Wendy,
Yeah.
the coordinator. But you need to speak too,
What
But but I ain't gonna lie to you. I like hard beats.
yeah.
I don't like that slow stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I understand you positive. Like the first one that we just played when we came on, I like stuff like that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But with the homeless joint, can't have no cursing at all.
Oh yeah, we solid there.
Yeah.
That song we played, that beat got you, but the verse I rapped on there is clean verse.
Wow. Well, I like that
You know what I
one.
mean? Yeah. So that's how another way I attract the folks. So I know
Right.
Sonics and listening.
And
Mhm.
when I bumped it last night, I didn't mean to cut you off. They
No, you
say I
good.
do that a lot.
You good? You good.
Nah, I'm trying to learn. So I'm sorry I cut you off, but what I'm saying, when I played it last night, I noticed it bumped. Like I said, it was only 2 artists. I'm not gonna say their name and embarrass them. It's only 2 artists out of it was maybe 10 artists.
I believe. Yep. Like 10.
8 artists were good.
Mhm.
Only 2
Could use some work.
could use some work. And by you sitting and judging, tell some of the artists from your experience what you think they could have worked on.
Knowing your words is always first and foremost in my brain, so you can really entertain the people. So rehearsing, practicing, making sure you are in performance shape. I'm not saying go to the gym and trying out for the Olympics, but you got to be in performance shape so you can still have that delivery and that presentation while you're while you delivering your songs. Engage with the crowd, engage with the judges. We had judges in there. One of the gentlemen, the male judge, he said that like just make sure that you are engaging with the people. Don't be so um, into yourself. I don't know what it is for the individuals because I'm not them, but be confident enough to look at the folks while you're rapping to them and engage with the crowd. That helps at all times, and just have fun. Some people just get too serious when it's time to perform, and they lose their focus from there. So just have fun with it, man.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm gonna tell you something. KLM, that's why I cut his ass off last night. He supposed to call in now. But that's why I cut him off last night. Cause he was trying to get in people's ass about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't think that this was the time because I felt like a lot of cats really thought, I don't know what they be thinking. I think that a lot of cats thought they was doing good.
Yeah, and that's part, like you said, the artist development. That's part of that, and just being open to being coached. I own my own music company, but I'm always being coached. I got mentors and other people in spaces, so just be open to feedback. Y'all can say I did a great job. I'ma think there's something else that I could have done better. So just stay open to coaching.
Right. And so you say you got your own company?
Yes.
And you gotta show me how to make beats. I got a beat machine over there that I haven't used, and I want to learn how to use it. But you say you got your own company, right?
Yep.
And it's a record label. What is it?
It's a artist development and entertainment company. So, I'm an artist under GME, Grown Men Entertainment. So I am a product of the artist development. So we do stage presence and registering your music and PR and getting you placed on these type of things. Connecting you to quality media. So like I said, the PR with the photo shoots and the single covers, album covers. Make sure you roll out that way. And we're also an entertainment company. That's how we put the events on. So we're helping to develop artists, and we're putting on events and concert series for them to have opportunities to perform.
And you know what? Because I'm going to get KLM to tune in. I really like that what you said, because a lot of artists, I don't think they even know what they need work on. I think a lot of artists feel like, yo, man, I'm killing it. And then let me ask you a question. How is it to explain to an artist, you want people to pay you, but you're gonna have to learn how to bring people to want to watch you. So how important, or is that important?
That's critical. That's critical to your request. It's critical to the thing you're asking. So, being on both sides. That's why I like being an artist and being a promoter, business owner. I get to see it from both lanes. Like, you want to be, as an artist, you want to be paid for the time that you invested in the studio, the practice, the beat purchasing and all that. And the promoter, the organizer, has also made an investment. So it's not like it's a guaranteed win for the party organizer, for the promoter. There's no guarantee that there's going to be 1,000 people in the room. So you, as the artist, have to be able to guarantee 5, 10, 15 people to where the promoter, the event organizer, can then be confident in compensating you for that. It's critical. You can't ask for something that you can't bring. I can't ask for $200, $300, $400, $500 if I'm pulling up to the show every week by myself, every event by myself.
Exactly. Yeah, so I like that. And I think KLM is watching now. I don't know, but I think he's watching. I told him you was talking about him.
Salute.
Yesterday.
Yeah, man.
But me and him talk all the time. And the one thing that he gears on, because he's an older guy, you can tell by his grass beard that he's old.
It's seasoned.
Yeah, seasoned as hell. But you can, but he was a dancer.
Oh, yeah?
Choreographer dancer
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So when he see artists, and he worked with a lot of big people too back in the day, like Genuine stuff like that. So when he sees people, he actually wants to tell them where they went wrong, but he's comparing them to these damn stars. Now you got to get them started up first. God damn, you can't compare them to the big stars in the big stage already. But I'm gonna tell you back what you was talking about. I tell artists all the time. You know, like yesterday was their time to actually get paid for bringing people. I'm gonna keep 100 with you. Only one person, and they only made $10. So pretty much, the event brought all those people. So how can you ask for some money and you can't even get yourself paid?
Man.
You get, and then most people that do what I did yesterday, they might charge $25 and they only giving you the 5. I was splitting it with the artist. You feel me? So if you can't help yourself make money, why you even gonna think about asking me for some money?
That's a fact. That's what we do with our concert series. Is we put that in the artist's hands now. So as opposed to I want to get paid, well, here's an opportunity. You can sell tickets, you can sell entry, and you keep that money. You know what I mean? And then we promote on our end so we could get, door money and other opportunities like that. So that's another option to the exact same thing you're saying. You could bring folks in and I could split it with you, or you could get it firsthand, keep it in your pocket, and move along as a paid artist and cut the middleman out. But if you don't want to do either one of those things, it might be hard for you to ask for money. You might not even be able to ask for chicken. Like people gotta, y'all got, not y'all, because that's kind of rude. People gotta start low, like get a couple free wings first, a couple beverages, like, and then build up to asking for money. Start regular.
Hey, that's good. That was good what you said. It make my show interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, they can't get no chicken wings.
Yeah, start regular. Build your way up. I mean, then ask for money.
Because you know what I want to say? Because now that was good what you saying either way. Because if you giving them free tickets, even if you can't sell them, that's still going to help both of y'all. It's going to help you with an audience, which helps you look good. I don't understand that. Which will help you with an audience, and it's going to help the promoter look good because basically you giving them that, you expecting just the crowd.
Yeah.
So if you giving them tickets for themselves, you didn't count on the money. You counted on the crowd.
The people to help you
to make your event
get the content
looks good.
Yeah.
And a lot of these artists, man, and that's why I don't deal with a lot of artists that bounce around so much. Because they don't understand. If I am a supporter of you, it's going to be hard for me to go to this show. Like, a lot of those cats performed yesterday. I mean, the day before. Like Friday. And that's one reason why I messed with the girl Stunner.
Yeah.
Because even though she went to all them Jones. Uh-oh, there your boy. There you go. I told you, watch him. Hold a minute, KLM. Hold a minute. I told you he was watching. Hold a minute.
Season, respectful words.
All right,
What's going on, my brother? How are you, man?
Peace, man. I'm doing well. Thank you for last night. Appreciate you.
Hey, man, it was an honor and a pleasure, brother. It was an honor and a pleasure. I'm listening to you talk, man, and you talk like you got some good sense, and you talk like you know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
But like Mo said, Mo's like a brother to me. Me and Mo been doing this for like a decade. We're not veterans. We like OGs in the game. But, one thing an artist fail to realize, it's not all about performing. That's 10% of it. 90% of it is your business. You got to make sure your business is in order. Make sure your business is right. And a lot of artists from last night don't even know what the hell artist development is. And that's scary.
Yep, because they already outside.
I don't even know what it is. What is it?
That's when someone takes you in front of a label. A label looks at you and see what you need to be worked on, and they will put the money to the forefront to have you do what you need to do.
Well, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and shit, fuck. I never knew that, man.
Yeah, man. That's
Keep
how.
going, KLM. KLM. Where you at?
Yeah, so like I was saying, I meet a lot of positive brothers like yourself, but going back into what we was talking about with artist development, them labels, once they look at you, they're gonna see what needs to be done. And far as artist development is how to do an interview, how to dress, how to groom yourself, know what to say, when to say, how to say it, so you don't mess up $1 million deal. A lot of people don't know the difference between a contract and an agreement. When you get a real contract, you can't read a real contract. You need at least 2 to 3 weeks to have it reviewed by an entertainment attorney. That's going to run you about $3,000.
Yep.
Because they're going to tell you what needs to be in it, what's not, what needs to stay, what needs to go. A lot of people say they got managers. Okay, that's good and all, but you got to give the artist got to give the manager something to manage.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna manage an artist that don't have nothing going on? That platform that Big Mo put out last night is a blessing. Right. That gives an opportunity for a lot of these artists to let people see who they are and what they have to offer and what they're bringing to the table. And they need to understand when you doing shows like that, you got to be in front of record execs. You got to be in front of someone that can actually help you and give you that guidance and direction that you need.
True.
And then let me piggyback off what you saying, KLM, because people don't even know this. I was saying yesterday before you got on, or you heard it. I was saying that you're on platforms. You're on Instagram. I could pull your name up, and all your music is on there.
Yes, sir.
That's one way you get paid, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking.
Yep, and
Absolutely.
Yep, making sure your like I said before, KLM jumped on. Just making sure, like we saying, the admin is correct, but there you gotta have a trusted circle. You gotta have a counsel. You gotta have somebody that's putting these things into your brain. So my mentor, my partner that does the Move the Crowd series, DJ Chevy, I had different names on my social medias. He said you need to sync your names. It should be one name, so they shouldn't have to look for Mr. Abel of GME, Mr. Abel over here, 2-3 pound 7 Abel over there. So it should all be synchronized, so where when I'm being searched, I could be found easily. And then also the paperwork side, making sure things are registered properly. So when you do find me and you do click that link and you do hit that stream, that download, that purchase, it comes to me, either my bank account or my streaming back office, to where I can keep track of what's going on with my music.
All right, hold on, KLM. All right, hey, KLM, I want you to touch on this. I bet you that no artist. Now, remember, a guy came on my show, and you know the guy too, KLM. His name is some J.R. Rob. And he told people, like last night, everybody could have got a check from last night.
Yep.
But nobody knows how to do it. Now, KLM, did you watch that show? You be watching all of them. But Do you know what I'm talking about, KLM? KLM. What the hell is he doing? KLM. KLM. This nigga somewhere jacking off.
Hey, yo. It's Easter Sunday.
Yeah. But listen, I don't really want to give the game away. So after we finish, I'm going to tell you what he said. Make sure your thing is up.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what he said. But last night, when y'all perform, there's a thing on your publishing thing where you can actually get paid for even doing open mics
Yes.
or performance.
Yes. Yes.
You act like you know.
Yes. When I go home, I'm going to register this performance, and the illusions should pop up on their drop-down box because I'm with ASCAP, and I'm going to register
Oh,
that
shit.
performance.
So you do know a little something. I'm going to make sure I know you know. But it do sound, but I can't go by what you said just now because you educated. So you might just be talking educational. Yeah, you might be talking educational.
No, that's the registration part I'm talking about. So you're registered as an artist. Your music is properly registered. The venue is registered as a performance venue.
Right.
You go into whatever your BMI, PRO, whatever that you utilize, and then you mark down.
Yeah, now I heard this. I don't know if this is right or wrong. I heard this from a female artist. She said if the club you go to, if it's not registered with BMI or ASCAP, you can't get paid. Is that true or false?
I believe that to be true.
So it has to be a club that is registered for performances.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yep. Because a lot of people are. Exposure is always good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going against being in front of people. But some folks are only for the exposure. So you go to a popular spot, you go to a bar, you go to whatever venue, and you're just in there rapping, and they're not registered as a performance venue. So you spent quality time in there, but you didn't get. In my brain, you should be able to get paid 3 times when you go outside. Some type of like we discussed, some type of ticket sale, ticket arrangement, some type of attendance. When you have your merchandise, you should be able to vend that, and then you go and register your performance. So as an artist, you should be able to get paid at 3 points in time from every performance.
Right. Now I got a guy paid from the radio.
Mm-hmm.
My radio station is, and I didn't do it. Somebody did it for me. My Chocolate City Entertainment did it. My radio show is registered as on BMI.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's true or not. But I had 3 artists said they got paid from being on the show. They ain't say it was much, but and that's why I'm getting ready to start thinking about doing rotation songs.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because people actually have told me that they have gotten something out of it.
Yes.
Now I don't know how you do that because so if I spin your record, do they find out or do you have, because now it seems like we giving classes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's true, but it's some true shit though.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you own a radio platform like mine, that's registered.
Yep.
Do you just sit back and wait for them to find it, or do you do like how you said? Do you go to your publishing company and aware them that you was on here and you performed?
So I have been getting credits for radio spins. Like I said, on my back office is Apple Music for artists, Spotify for artists, so you could check your stats. So I've been getting credits for radio spins wherever, Atlanta, wherever they get played. And I didn't personally make that arrangement. I didn't personally have the conversation with the radio owner, with the radio station owner. So it can be done that way, but it's better if it's like this, like we are in conversation, we know it's going to go there, so that we can both
So I
properly
think,
report things. So they're supposed to
right.
be
So I think radio stations they actually send it. They do that, right?
yep. Yep,
Oh yeah.
'cause
See, I don't do
yep,
that.
sound scan and all these cool things. That's what the artist development comes in. That's what KLM was referencing. Like these type of things we're talking about are in that artist development. So whoever's taking you on to develop you as an artist, and if they're putting up their own bread in the beginning, you got to be so serious about your artistry because that investment is going to be real once you get everything locked in. So there's media based sound scan, all that type of um what I want to say, virtual tracking stuff that they utilize.
Mm. So basically, I supposed to do that.
Together. So like I said, when we're the artists, when we're properly registered, we give you the music. We make sure you have our IPI numbers. We make sure you have like the media based sound scan stuff is all coordinated, and then it's a matter of us telling people that the music's playing.
Oh,
Mhm.
got you, got you. So basically, it's still on y'all, but some radio stations probably submitted themselves too,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So like when DJs perform, because that's basically a performance when DJs do their
Yeah,
thing.
the DJ pool.
Yeah, they're supposed to
Yeah,
submit their set list to whoever. So like if you
Oh,
played our music during the party, that's a whole nother way for us to get paid.
oh. You need to hook me. Tell me about that,
Yes, sir. Yes,
so I can help people out.
See how this works? Yes, I got you.
Yeah,
I got
you're
you.
right. Because I noticed it, in, like some DJs, they charge you to, like when I'm DJing, it be people coming to me like, I pay you $50 if you play my song.
Hmm.
And that's one. Is that one reason
Yeah, and
why they do that?
if you were properly registered and you had a relationship, I probably want to play your song. If I know you and I'm a DJ, I know you and we're cool and you got quality music, I probably want to play your music so other people can hear it. As opposed to you just popping out of nowhere, here go $50, play my song. But is your music registered? Because if it's registered, then I could put it here, 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 and you could get money.
Mm.
They can still give you a tip. That's a DJ tip at that point, as opposed to paying for you to play the music. It's a tip. If you're properly registered, you're gonna get that money.
Mm. Okay, so what about this? Now you know I started the thing where they perform behind the wall,
Hmm.
but that's gonna be a whole separate. That's was strictly on YouTube. So is there a way they can get paid from that too?
Yep. Because like I said, the song itself should be registered. So wherever that song pops up, they should get credit for that.
All right, so how do I do that so they get paid? Because I only did one artist so far. Because I'm wondering, but I do know my YouTube for some reason, it'll catch it.
Split sheet.
What's the split sheet?
Pretty much you are. This is a platform, so you're the publisher. They're the artist. So you're putting it out on your platform. So the radio station's already registered under BMI. So as the artist, y'all have to connect on that. So IPI numbers have to be shared. And then once you put it up there, or they can register it, depending on how comfortable
I don't even
you
know
are.
my number.
See?
Talking about my BMI number?
Yep.
I don't know it. Because like I said, Chocolate City did it.
Yeah, so we're going to have to chop it up. Chocolate City, if y'all watching, he need his IPI number so he can make everybody great and get their music money.
But I want to go ASCAP. So if I do ASCAP, then I can get my own shit then, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm also signed with Vivo.
See, now that's...
You know about Vivo?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm signed with Vivo.
That's a whole nother...
So which means if collectively, if I got permission, like these videos with y'all, I can actually collide it together and put it on Vivo. But I do know what Vivo is all about, those numbers you talking about. You got to fill that in.
Yeah. And that's the admin part of Grown Men Entertainment. We help you find that. We help you organize that so that when whoever asks the questions, you are more readily available to answer them, or you can hold on. I got to get back with my people so I could get to you. That's one of the main things in the independent artist space, in the industry in general, why people are getting jammed up because they don't know enough of the business. There's no way for us to know all of it 100%, but you don't know enough of it to where you getting 360 dealed, and these people is signing off on stuff on your behalf, and you don't know how to get to it. So that's how we empower the artists to take some control of what they got. You know, even if you still need that management and that development, you still have more control.
Man, well, you got to help me out because I want to help these brothers. And now that I got this wall, and you're gonna be my second artist to do that.
Yeah, my bad, Mo.
Yeah, we know you.
And so, yeah, it's a lot going on. People blowing up my phone, man, from last night.
You had that chicken grease in front of you. But man,
Yeah, man.
But he's dropping some good jewels, and that's why I needed you on here because he's even schooling how people can get paid off my radio, and then I got the wall now where they can perform, and he's dropping the jewels, and I figured you know something about it as well. So I'm gonna let him talk again, and then you elab on what he's saying.
Okay.
Yep, we were discussing basically like the mechanical royalties, making sure that things are properly registered. I don't know if you were on the call when he said it, but artists are able to register the performance from last night so that they can get that those back end funds. I also monetize my YouTube, so when people are looking to be paid through YouTube, like traditionally, regularly, they have to have a certain number of views, a certain number of subscribers, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, they definitely look at your numbers.
Yeah, so I don't have to wait for that process because my YouTube is monetized. So
Okay.
yeah.
Now my YouTube somebody did it for me. Somebody did it for me. My YouTube is monetized, and I got 1,000 subscribers. I ain't got a lot of views yet, but I got 1,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
But my YouTube is monetized. That's probably how that guy got paid. But what I'm saying is, like, when they perform in front of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
how can I go back and tell the artists that did the first artist that performed how they can go and apply for a check, and then when you do yours, how are you gonna go and get paid from it? Because my YouTube is monetized, my radio's is BMI right now, but I don't have that number. But I want to do ASCAP. You said if I do ASCAP, because I am a Vivo, it could be changed out, right?
Yeah.
All right, go.
Yep, and just like I said, split sheets. We were discussing split sheets. We were discussing registration, so Mo could get his IPI numbers and things like that, and have that available for the artist. So creating the platform, he would be more of the publisher, not more of, he would be the publisher, and the artist would be the artist in that dynamic, and that's how he would be able to help artists monetize their time with him.
I mean, you spitting true game right now, and that's good because a lot of people don't even know about BMI and Ascot and none of that. They don't even know what that is. They're like, "What's that?"
And some people know what it is, but don't know how to work it.
Right.
Yeah, I would say, would you say that, Caleb? I would say by now, every artist done heard of BMI ASCAP. By now. But they don't know, like what we've talking. Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to chop this up and make short videos, put on Instagram. Because, like, this game we kicked today could have been charged to the game. Because this is some real shit, because you even taught me some shit now.
Thank you.
No, now they know about BMI ASCAP, but nobody know about what you call the sheet called?
The split sheet.
See, nobody knows about the split sheet now. Right, KLM?
Right. A lot of people don't even know about that. When it gets to that, that's when you start. That's when you start going in the studio and talking to the producers and the beat makers and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. A lot of people are not mentally prepared for that. That's when you need to do what is called. You need to teach a class.
Facts. Facts. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's what we was talking about. I was trying to remember where you jumped off the call. So that's a part of what I do. My company,
Um,
Grown Men Entertainment, is an artist development company and entertainment company. So similar to what you do, obviously not on the same level, but similar to what you do, helping the independent artists get that background. It is a human thing. I don't want to say lazy or any of those words. It's a human thing. I probably know how to
mm,
change fix an engine if I studied and took time and broke a couple engines and something like that, as opposed to just calling a mechanic that I know for surely has that skill set and plugging that person in. So some people may know of it, but not have the
yeah,
time or the commitment level to dig into it for themselves.
right, right. I mean, like I said, as long as they're willing to put in the work, put in the time, put in the energy, put in the effort, they good. Artists got to understand, ain't nobody going to invest in you. You got to be willing to invest in yourself.
Yep.
Because they're going to ask you, what have you done to invest in yourself? And if you tell them nothing, they're done. They don't want to have nothing else. They don't want to talk to you no more, because that lets them know that you're not serious about what you're trying to do. You're not serious about your craft, because if you was, you done already did this, that, and the third. A lot of people don't even know about resumes, bios, 8x10s, business cards, letters of recommendations. You need that stuff, because they're going to make phone calls. They're going to find out where you from. And if you from DC, they're going to call the people in DC to find out if they even heard of you.
Right.
And if they come back, they don't know who you are. They don't even want to talk to you. Then your numbers got to be crazy for someone to reach out to you. Everybody want to be independent. That's great. There's nothing wrong with it. To be independent is going to run you $30,000 to $1 million.
Yep.
Because it's so much that you got to do it for as an independent artist. Now, when you have management, that management can help you with that if that management knows what the hell they're doing.
That part.
You got to do your research on the management company to make sure that the management company knows how to move, know how to operate, know when to say it, how to say it. They just got to have connections. If you don't have no connection, why are you claiming you're a manager? You don't know nobody. You just like an artist. You trying to build your representation up so people can recognize you. No, you working backwards.
A lot of people don't see it as a job, as a career. Cause that's what I hear you explaining. I got to interview. I got to have references. They don't see it like that. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. You got to look at this as a business, because that's what it is. It's nothing else but that. Like when you sit at these tables with these record execs, you gotta exactly know how to talk. You can go in there with that street shit. I promise you, they're gonna put your ass out of there.
That's a fact.
They don't want to hear that. You can't go in there with your pants off your ass. You gotta know how to dress. You gotta know what they're saying, because they're using big words. But the big words is really similar to what's already being said, because they graduated from Princeton, Yale, and Harvard. So they're not playing with you. They're going to tell you they don't need you, you need them. Because they live on a higher plateau than you do. But if you go in there and you know your shit, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Sure. But you can also be taught that as well, if you're willing to put in the time, the energy, the effort, and the money. You gotta invest. If you don't get into this business.
Yeah, that's a misconception. Because I'm nice, the money gods are going to drop a lucky pot of gold in my pocket. Then I get to use that. That's what Big Mo was asking. Like, I have a career, so good job, bad job, whatever it is. But I'm a mental health therapist, and I do some other stuff. So there's never really been negative money associated with it, but there's always been a sense of investment. Like, even in my other companies, like, this job is helpful for me to be connected to the world and earn a living, but it's also used to invest in a thing that I'm looking to push. So you got to be your first investor.
some more chicken grease. KLM. More chicken grease. He gotta get his phone fixed up. All right. Yeah. So that was good to know. That was real good to know.
Thank you.
And you dropped some jewels on here today. So this show wasn't really about you know, fucking stirring shit up and seeing what's up. This was actually really educational. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Cause you dropped some jewels, and I'm gonna put it up so people can see, and that's the thing though. And I'm gonna say something, and be honest. I think this is why a lot of people don't like giving up game for free, because like you gave up a lot of shit, and these dudes ain't gonna thank you for it. Like once I put this up, I'm gonna tag your name, and matter of fact, I'm gonna collab it with you.
Yes, sir.
Everybody that watches this should go to your page, just off of that, because that's showing thanks, and they should be saying thank you, because you actually teach these motherfuckers now. This is how you can make this your second job.
It is. Yeah.
Not just a hobby. This could be your second job.
Yep.
You schooled the whole game today. You did better than the Joe Rob nigga. He basically just said, did what he basically said. The same thing you're saying, but that's all he said. He just said to get paid off of performance, like open mic, you go to your BMI, you go into BMI Live, and tell him that he played this song, da da da. That's it.
Yep, but there's, like I said,
But you dropped it more than that.
there's some people that will hear what we say and act on it, and some people will still need that assistance. So that's my lane. Like, hopefully you are studious and you want to jump on stuff and run it down on your own. But if you're not, and if you need help, that's what my company does. So it's a segue to getting you wherever you want to go. I could give you this info. If you want the details, if you want the hands-on, then we talk business.
But that's what I'm just telling you. Just the whole thing today, I felt like should have been charged. because people don't respect it. If I really respect it, the least I can do, if I'm not kicking no dollars, is say, go to your page and say, thank you for the lesson today. That's showing me that you trying and you understand. But then you look at it and you be like, it's been what I've been doing is working. People don't understand. You keep doing, dude at the barbershop tell me all the time, you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting the same results. You change up what you're doing, you're going to get better results. And today, Jules has been dropped like a mug.
Thank you. Thank you.
So at this point, only thing I can say from this point is how to either tell people to get with your company or is for you to give further game. Are you charging for it? Because that's, to me, that's like, you got to understand it now. Knowledge is power. I tell you all the time. If I just give away knowledge for free, everybody would know everything. I got to charge for some knowledge.
That's a fact. Yep, and we've grown into that space because it was more communal. I like to see people grow and all that jazz, but then people overutilize your time.
That's what I just said.
Yep, they overutilize your time. They take certain things from you but don't utilize them, so it feels like you're just talking to people for no
Wasting
reason.
your time.
So we have come to a point where we offer it's called a service agreement. So artists I'm not birthing artists. So you're not coming to me fresh out of high school or fresh out the womb or whatever. So you're going to have some type of interest in application into your craft before we connect with each other. So you may not need the video shoots. You may have a dope videographer. You may not need the performance opportunities because you already have somebody plugging you to an opportunity, but you need the conversation skill, the ability to be able to speak and represent yourself. You may need that background information on how to register and when to register and how to seize the proper opportunity. So as opposed to performing 100 times a year, you probably only perform 15, 20 times a year, but those 15, 20 are guaranteed financial outcomes. So once we get past the general let's get to know each other conversation, then I move into that service agreement. I keep my prices to me, or I don't know what the rest of the world does, but extremely manageable because I know what it takes. Like I said, being an artist and a business owner, I know what it takes for me to pay to come down here. I know what it takes for me to personally have to take time off of work or do something different with my kiddos so that I can travel. So I understand that, and I don't want to put that heavy burden on people. But like KLM said, and like you said, there got to be some type of return.
It has to
got to
be
be some type of return on this. So we
because
service agreement.
because it's like you said, people don't even like to talk to people. So if you gonna get my time, least you can do is kick back.
Couple bucks would do.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do much.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I say, knowledge is power. If I'm gonna give you something that's gonna better your life, better your career, which you not gonna even probably keep it sacred. That's why a lot of people don't like. That's why a lot of people don't like to deal with blacks, because we don't know how to keep it mob-like. The mob, the Jews, they got their own secrets that we would never know. You dig what I'm saying? But that's the reason why. And they don't like to deal with blacks because they know niggas just, we like roaches. We like roaches. That's like the Colombians. I'm going to tell you something people don't know. The Colombians been dealing with cocaine for years. For years. They ain't start getting busted till they start fucking with niggas. You seen it on listen, you seen it on that gangster movie with Denzel Washington?
Yeah, with the
What'd he tell him? What'd he tell him?
Training Day.
No, not Training Day. The gangster. It's a gangster movie.
American Gangster.
American Gangster. Yeah. When you watch that movie, Frank Lucas was going all the way. He cut the middleman, went all the way to get his motherfucking heroin. What the Japanese, Korean, whatever the fuck you say, what'd he tell him? He said, don't you got enough? And he was telling him in the beginning, he don't really even want to deal with you. Them niggas been doing this business for years.
Get all flaunting. Bring too much attention.
Niggas is like roaches.
It's killing me.
I'm going to tell you something. Bad Boys for Life. Part 2. Remember when Will and Martin went over to Miami, and when they went to Miami, the Colombian lady, she said, "Susu, you dealing with Negro?" And what she say? She said, "You can't be trusted them. They don't even trust each other."
True.
Colombians didn't start getting knocked out till they start fucking with us.
Expanding territory the wrong way.
But they got greedy too, because they know the niggas know how to make the money. So they got greedy. And we gave them just what that lady said we was going to give them.
Just say no to greed and running your mouth. That's the moral of the story.
I got one more question because we out of time now.
I got you.
I got one more question. Like the hip hop of the homeless. So when people do events like that, that's because that's charity for us. We don't pay out. But do can you get paid for that as well, or you have to just chop that up?
It depends on how it's set up exactly. So I'll touch base with my mentor just to make sure. But I think if the organizer or the DJ is registered, then
Right.
the artist
So you
could
gotta show me
still
how
be
to
able to
register as a
register.
DJ
Yeah.
because somebody did ask me to submit a 10 list, 10 artist list
Mhm.
a month. You know anything about that?
Yep. Like I said, my DJ homie, I was gonna connect you with him anyway. But that's part of what he does. He has an online radio station. He does similar things. He travels around and plays our music. So once I connect you to him, you'll be able to get the exact ones and twos on the DJ part.
Yeah. Oh, so you don't know, or even you do know.
I know enough to hand you to the
Nah,
person that
I
knows
think-
all of it.
Nah, I think you know, but now since I talk about kicking that dollar in,
No,
You
no,
like-
no.
you
I don't know the exact lay if it's not inside of a building, but I know it should be able. Me as an artist, if I'm coming to perform for a charity, I'm not looking for money.
no, but you're right about what you're saying because, there's Wendy right there. Hold a minute. All right, hold a minute. Wendy.
Yes.
Frankie
All right, so
Wolseley.
this is the lady that was there. Turn your TV down, Wendy. You're on the air.
I don't have the TV on, but go ahead.
All right. Well, look here.
Yes.
Mr. Abel is here from last night.
Oh, hi.
He had to
Hello.
Go back to Pittsburgh. And
Oh, okay.
He was dropping some jewels here, and he actually he wants to come back from Pittsburgh to come do the homeless thing. So I'm gonna give him your number so y'all can
Oh,
talk.
that'd be excellent.
Yeah.
That'd be excellent because he was great last night.
Thank you.
And look, he dropped some jewels. How artists can get paid and everything.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah, I'm gonna give him your number, Tom, as we get off the air. And
Okay.
thank you for participating.
Yeah.
KLM called in earlier. This the other judge.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Y'all
I really appreciate it.
Y'all was very professional, very good looking, and everything. So I can't wait to talk to you after the show is over with.
All right, call me later.
All right.
All right, enjoy your show. And
That's
Too
what's
fast, didn't it? All right, so we definitely at our time. So, is there anything you want to say before we leave, before you perform in the wall? And so, since you know, tell them. So, when you perform in this wall, tell them how if they come to my studio to perform, how they can get paid there. I think for one, my YouTube is registered, so that YouTube catches everything.
Yep. So with your YouTube being monetized, you will get compensated until, like I said, there's a split sheet.
Oh, no,
and
I'll try not to get compensated.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just the process. With it being monetized, that's where the money goes until the split sheet is created.
Right.
So you and the artist create that. Like I said, the IPI numbers come together and then register the performance. It's like if we were in a club.
Right.
It's like registering like if we did a club performance, but it's here.
So until I get this sheet thing down, when I get the sheet thing going, then the artist, it'll go to them.
Yes. It'll be a split because in any
Now, I don't want no money.
presentation, there's a publisher and there's an artist.
Yeah, but I don't want no money.
Well, you can, I guess, give them 100% of the shares if you want to.
Can
But
I
it's-
set it up like that?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd
Yes.
rather set up
Yes.
like that. I don't want no money.
Yeah, that's the split sheet. So it could be 100 to 0.
No, because I
It
know
could be
the reason why I'm not
60-40.
monetized on YouTube. I'm monetized on. Let me take that back. I'm monetized on YouTube, but I'm not receiving any money
That works.
because I don't want no money,
That works.
and
Yep.
I don't want no paper trail. So
I got you. Cover. Yeah, so on the split sheet, you just give them all of the credit. But you.
I can do that.
Yeah, a
You not-
publisher
do
has
you
to
not
put
at least
something
do
out.
the spreadsheet?
Yes.
Well, show me how to do that. So, cause I be DJing, and I be noticing that would be cool if everybody that comes here can just get a check by just being here.
Mm-hmm.
That'll make my shit. That'll make my numbers go up and everything. I just want my numbers to go up. I don't want no money.
I got you. I'll start pushing too. Obviously, because I've been here and I know you and I appreciate what you're doing. But just to help build the culture, so that's send some people your way. Obviously, I'll check their ones and twos before I hand them to you. But
right,
I got you covered. Yep, we could do that.
So all right, so we had a good show. I really enjoyed it. We had some big, what they call them now, germs. What they call that?
What's that?
You drop some gems.
Some gems?
Some gems.
Yeah.
I'm just all fucked up, ain't I? Yeah. Hey, look, he dropped some heavy gems. And for those that missed this, tomorrow I'm going to make Instagram short, probably like 2-3 minutes of our segment. Mm-hmm. And from that point on, y'all got to go to this page, man, because, and understand his process, because this is why niggas ain't growing. Because this game was put out for free. And all the niggas gonna do is talk bad about it. And then if they do talk about it, they're gonna share it around everybody. Then everybody got it. Now nobody's making no money. Mm-hmm. It watered it down. But say your shout outs.
Man, shout out to Bigmoradio, man. Shout out to our judges from last night. For surely they brought love, they brought energy and professionalism. Shout out to my guy Goonie 7 times, man. He's the one that even connected me to you.
Yeah, Goonie.
So shout out my guy Goonie. Shout out the whole GME South, BFE, everybody that's connected to me, man. Big love, man.
All right.
Big love.
It's my shout out. First, I want to talk about Goonie. Nigga, can you be on time for something? Can you do something early in your life? But shout out to everybody that came out last night, though. Swear. Everybody did well. 2 of you artists need what he says. What's called art and development.
Artist development.
2 of y'all need that. The rest of everybody did good. I can name some names. John.
Yeah.
Especially damn Stunner. God damn.
So, man,
that's a star in the making.
What was the other one? Gutter?
Miss Gutter. Yeah, Miss
Hard.
Gutter. Oh, Miss Gutter. God damn.
Hard.
What? She just put it to a whole nother level.
Hard. Yeah. I rocked with her.
Yeah, like if you was watching Stunner, you rocked it with Stunner, but then when Gutter came behind that, you was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
Real quality. What's the other lady's name? Super Mina.
Super Mina.
Tough.
I'm gonna get all up. You name so now you name everybody that damn, I ain't supposed to do that.
Tough.
But you do know you named everybody
in the echelon. See, I'll be paying attention.
In the top 4 that we supposed to be doing something, and I want them to do the hip hop anonymous. So I'm gonna ask all 4 of them too. Yeah, but damn. That was it. And as always, the end of the show, I'll get the liver in your motherfucking quiver. I'll get the goddamn dash up in your raggedy motherfucking ass. I keep it real with the sex appeal, baby. Everything is a dime and a whime. And I'm not like motherfucking Goonie. I'm always on motherfucking time. So here's to those. We are now signing out on the Big Mo Show, baby.
But man, I got this swag.